The Democrat Party is more or less united, and you can't really say the same about the Republican Party. I think that's an important...
I think it's interesting because it's always been that way. I think the Republicans tend to be much more fractured. To me, what's interesting about the story is you have Biden campaign bragging, we have $25 million. And for any sort of non-political, maybe leans left, middle American person who is like, what would I do with $25 million? What would I do with $2,000 right now? Like, how much of a difference could this make in my life? To have a headline like this where they're like, haha, we have more money than Trump does. It's also like saying to the people, like, look, we just are swimming in cash. If we want money, we get it. And we don't, that's not true for you. Good luck paying your bills. Good luck with tax season. Like it feels very out of tone deaf to me to have these flashy headlines about money, knowing that so many Americans, even Americans that you're hoping will vote for you, are struggling financially right now.
Cash is extremely important in campaigns, but I think if anything, this is an election where it might be its least relevant. Given both these guys are now 100% name ID, both are former presidents, but the amount of earned media that both are getting is astronomical. So I mean, money doesn't hurt, but
there was an interesting point that was made on the Five earlier. Colbert is going to facilitate the discussion among the presidents.
I used to like Colbert.
Could you imagine? I forgot who said. I think it might have been like Gutfeld said, or one of the guys on the Five, Jesse. If they did anything like that, they'd be out. I think it was Jesse Waters. They'd be out in 10 minutes. If they said we're going to host a fundraiser for a Republican, Fox would be like, "Are you nuts?" But this is the game they play. Stephen Colbert goes on TV screaming and lying about Donald Trump, and then goes and hosts fundraisers for the Democrats.
As we all know, the only person who should be mediating a debate between Biden and Trump is Theo Vaughn. That would be the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my whole life. And also, I think more people would feel like they can relate to it than Stephen Colbert, who's been, a mainstream media darling for as long as he can remember.
You know what, though? I mean, the night is always darkest before the dawn, they say. And I wonder if this is but a fleeting moment and victory is inevitable.
It's going to be hard. I mean, is Pressler still the guy for the ballot harvesting initiative?
I think he is, right?
Because I heard he's in, he's out. At the end of the day, it's not your grandfather's election.
Well, he's still ballot harvesting, it seems like, regardless of if he's with the RNC. I have seen reports that he's not going to formally be with the RNC, but I don't know.
And whatever, he's kind of the guy, but looking at what's going on right now, it's not even about the popular vote. It's who can get people to go out and vote. Are people mad enough to vote against Trump? Because no one's voting for Biden. No, people don't like Biden. I don't even see Democrats. They're like, well, I guess he's not Trump. But the thing is, I think who Trump picks as a running mate makes somewhat of a difference, but not as much. I think that you're seeing this demographic shift where, am I seeing the black vote is going in favor more so?
Maybe. I mean, maybe. They say it every cycle, like, oh, wow, the black vote's shifting, and then it doesn't.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, I mean, there are, again, you look at optics. Look at did you see that kid who was going to the community center to play baseball, had his little baseball bat in his bag, was going, and the entire thing was taken over by illegal immigrants.
Wow.
So, I mean, those optics in the black community, because look, I grew up in those communities. You take away the community center, you take away a kid's life, take away his opportunity, his chances. You take away sports, that kid's probably not going to make it.
I think the lack of consensus in the Republican Party, the lack of unity is, again, going to be a huge issue for them, because even on ballot harvesting, I feel like Republicans can't get this on the same page on that. On mail-in voting, the Republicans can't get on the same page. I'll tell you, Joe Biden and Obama aren't debating whether or not to do ballot harvesting or mail-in voting, but
it's because there's a cult and there's a not cult. And the not cult, which is coalescing in the Republican Party, is arguing with itself.